Yo, what's poppin', everybody? This is another podcast with Aris P. If you enjoy this, please like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to get notified for other videos like this one. Thanks in advance, I really appreciate it. This time I'm going to talk about the New York Knicks Charlotte Hornets game that ended a few minutes ago. In Uptown Charlotte, Spectrum Center, the final score was 96-104. The Hornets got the win. The five starters for the Knicks have been playing worse than the backcourt, which is unusual. Something else that's unusual is the fact that the Knicks are better on the road than they are at home in MSG in Madison Square Garden. So, Coach Tibbs benched the starters for the whole fourth quarter of the previous game, but this time he didn't do that. He put them in a little bit, and, of course, things went bad. Kemba Walker started off on fire. He was the only starter that was pretty good. The amazing Miles Bridges is the only Hornet that was in Charlotte when Kemba used to play there as well. Kemba Walker was fantastic for the Knicks. I think that they should trade Evan Fournier. He's good at FIBA basketball. You know what I'm saying? He can't be a good player in the NBA. Okay, he can be a mediocre player, but that's not good enough for a Knick, for a starter. LaMelo Ball fouls more this season than last season, which means he tries to play tough D. In the first quarter, we saw vintage Kemba Walker, the way Kemba Walker used to play in the past. Only Julius Randle wasn't doing good offensively in the first quarter for the Knicks. Oh, the GOAT was in the house. The GOAT was in the building. Michael Jordan, the greatest of all times. The first quarter ended 34-18. The Knicks were in the lead. Then, of course, in the second quarter, it was only natural for the Knicks to slow down. I loved how the second unit has team chemistry. They don't even need to look at each other. They can play blindfolded, I believe. Quickly, Toppin, Burks, Rose, those four guys especially. The center doesn't matter that much because Robinson, Noel, and Gibson share playing time, and they're usually injured or something like that. Charlotte was committing a lot of turnovers in the first and second quarter. Kelly Oubre came off the bench doing his thing. He helped the Hornets a lot. Of course, we all remember that the Knicks were interested in him last summer, but they preferred Evan Fournier. Julius Randle finally started scoring a little bit, a layup, a three-pointer. Yeah, I think I remember that. At halftime, the score was 55-46. The Knicks were only 9 points ahead after being ahead by like 16 or something. Charlotte outscored us 21-28 in the second quarter. Now, in the third quarter, the Hornets went on another run. The Knicks couldn't even buy a bucket. Mitchell Robinson was missing free throws. Okay, that's common among centers, Gordon Hayward stepped up for Charlotte. He's their all-star. We're talking about a 17-4 run. They even tied the game, and then they even passed us. That's when Tom Thibodeau finally called a timeout. Then, unfortunately, Charlotte was always in the lead. The Knicks fell apart like a $3 suitcase. LaMelo Ball is talented, I believe. And if he's not affected by his dad's mouth, he'll probably become an all-star. Mason Plumlee, Terry Rozier. These Hornets ain't a bad team at all. On the contrary. Now, this issue with the starters, I don't know how to characterize it. Let's just say it's abnormal. They played in the third quarter, and all hell broke loose. You know what I'm saying? Only Kemba Walker, as I said earlier, was playing like a normal starter. Miles Bridges was fed by Gordon Hayward, and he knocked down a three. The Knicks were just looking on. Evan Fournier kept missing three-pointers. He was like an invisible player for us, the Frenchman. Once the second unit came in, the Knicks started scoring. Thibodeau was cursing on the bench after a turnover by Obi Toppin, but Obi Toppin was amazing. Yeah, he was a gladiator, a warrior, a fighter. Emmanuel Quickly, IQ. He hit back-to-back threes, keeping the Knicks' hopes up. The third quarter ended 76-80. The Hornets were in the lead by 4. Then Charlotte, I think Charlotte is the top scoring NBA team in second halves, and that's a fact. Both teams tried to play tough D in the fourth quarter. I loved the fourth quarter. It was a beautiful game, even though the team I support lost. The Knicks had their second unit on the court, mostly. IQ was on a roll. I mean, watching him was like a breath of fresh air. There were a lot of Knicks fans in the building. Yeah, the greatest fans of the NBA. Oubre was destroying the Knicks from beyond the arc. He was sending kisses. Yeah, he was amazing. But really, it was a really, really exciting game. That's why we love this game. Miles Bridges blocked Toppin, but then he got revenge with a dunk, Dominique Wilkins style. Once Tibbs put the starters back into the game in the end of the fourth quarter, the Knicks started missing shots and committing turnovers, and of course they lost the game. Miles Bridges, he humiliated Randall. What a player. I mean, Miles Bridges is amazing. Randall really pissed me off. He had me cursing too, because he missed consecutive free throws, like 3 or 4. Disgusting. That was disgusting to watch. Anyway, it just irks you. That's all I had to say for now. Thanks for tuning in. Tune in next time. Enjoy. Thank you for listening. Take care. I'm out. Peace.